Today we're going to continue our exploration of breath and movement and awareness with heel slides and a little bit of thigh lift. So this exercise is one where the benefits far outweigh the muscular effort, as it doesn't take a lot of muscular effort. It's not going to be like doing sit-ups or lifting weights, right? It's very easy and very fluid. But as you explore your leg to core connection, it's going to be about your awareness of your body and creating and shaping this inner space, this space along your lumbar spine through your hip joint, and finding length and release and strength. So I want to take you through a basic, very quick anatomy lesson of a muscle that you may or may not have heard of, your psoas. Right? Your psoas is running along the front of your spine, so underneath your abdominals, underneath your organs, but not on the back of your body, but along the front of your spine. So it has a connection to your lumbar discs and to your lumbar vertebra. It's running from about the base of your thoracic spine, top of your lumbar spine, so somewhere right in this area. And it's got a common, like the tendon of the diaphragm, your breathing apparatus, and the tendon of your psoas have a moment where they kind of have a little pull and stretch and movement. And so I also want to know that it's going to go from there all the way underneath your organs, through your pelvis where it meets up with your iliacus in your pelvic bowl, and then has an attachment down to your lesser trochanter, which is kind of like your upper inner thigh groin area. So this muscle is going to be both a trunk stabilizer and a hip flexor. Also, it has a connection into your fight or flight response, so it's going to have a connection into your stress response, right? Also thinking about how it has that attachment where your diaphragm is, that's also our kidney adrenal area. So as you know, everything in your body is connected. So even though I'm telling you about the psoas, I don't want you to get too focused on it. I want you to just be fluid and move and explore your own inner space. So let's get to resting on the ground. To do this, before you get to resting, you may either want a pair of socks or to fold the mat up out of your way so your feet can slide on a slick floor. So if you want to, you could just double your mat over and rest on your back with your feet off your mat. You could put socks on, or if your feet are slippery enough, you could just rest them on the mat. All right, let's get to it. Once you come to resting on your back, I want you to take a second and just rock on your head and your ribs and your pelvis, just to find some space between each of those places, right? So that your neck and your lower back are really nice and long. You're going to be using your abdominals just to keep your ribs and your pelvis from rocking and rolling. So you want to use your abdominals just like a little corseting action, right? Like someone put a big giant belt around you and really pressed you down into the mat. So you want to keep your pelvis and your ribs and your skull pretty heavy there. You want to keep your lumbar spine from lifting and flattening. You just want to keep it neutral, right? So I do have a little lift in the small of my back. My knees are bent, my feet are planted on the ground. Just imagine you've got a cup of coffee that you're balancing here on your abdomen, especially in the lower part at your pelvis. And what you're going to do is with your feet parallel, you're going to slide one heel down away from you. Breathing in as you do that. Notice I didn't arch my back. I kept everything stable. And on my exhale, I'm going to think about this deep center line. Like there's a big giant zipper coming from my inner thighs all the way up towards my breastbone to bring that leg back in. So let's just go for about 4 sets of this. Let's inhale and slide the right leg away. Exhale, start with that belly connection, find the space of the hip and zip up to bring the heel right back in. Inhale, go to the other side, sliding the left leg away. Exhale to slide back in. Going to the other side again. Inhale, sliding away, keeping my pelvis level as I do this. Exhale as I slide back in. I'm really letting my foot be heavy as I slide out on my inhale, keeping my pelvis from rotating here, so that's abdominals. Exhale, start with the belly zipping up to drag the heel right back to center. Inhale, sliding the right leg away. Exhale to slide the leg back in. Releasing in here, it's nice and loose. Inhale, sliding away. Exhale, folding, guiding through that center line of my body. Inhale, sliding the right leg away. Exhale, sliding the leg back in. Last one on the left side. Inhale, sliding away. Real spaciousness at my hip joint even as I bring that leg back in. We're going to let you have a little bit more fluidity now. So you're going to slide the leg away, breathing in. Exhale, slide the foot all the way towards your hip and just lift the knee up and drop that foot down. Inhale, slide the other leg away. Heel slides into thigh lift and drop the foot. Inhale out. Exhale, zipping up all the way to a lift and dropping down. Keeping the pelvis stable. So imagine you had a cup of tea, a cup of coffee, the whole way, always balanced here so that I'm never letting this move or spill. Lifting up, down. Breathing in as you slide out. Exhale as you come back up. Last set, breathing in. Exhale, abdominals first, the leg comes up. It's nice and it's both light and heavy at the same time. Last one. And exhale, bringing that leg all the way up. And release. You can rock a little side to side. If you stretch the legs out and wiggle them around. And slowly make your way back up to sitting. So hopefully you feel a lot of connection through the central line. And this is one of those exercises where you won't necessarily feel a burning in your musculature, or you might not feel that you've really done that much. But then once you get up and you start doing little tasks, maybe you have to tie your shoes, or you have to take out the trash, or you have to go sit, you feel like, oh, can I find that sense of space in here even when I'm sitting? Or if you're driving, or if you have to lift something up that you're like, oh, there's that space, but also that little stability. Because that's exactly what you're doing as you're moving your leg out and in, is you're keeping this stable as you get your leg to yawn and pull into that psoas tissue and that hip tissue and even into the abdominal tissue. Now I'd love to hear from you. How will you create sensations of space beyond your body and into your life? For me, it's making sure that I meditate or making sure I don't overbook myself. For you, I don't know. Let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for being here. Until next time, keep moving.